Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. We're doing Bhagavad Gita today, chapter 2, verse 8. And so yesterday's verse 2.7, Arjun for the first time said, I don't know what I'm doing. Please help, please guide me. I'm surrendering unto you. I'm surrendering unto you, Sri Krishna. Oh God, please help me. And he didn't use the word God, but he said, I'm surrendering unto you. So today he is explaining in this verse, it's a continuation of that. He's saying, I don't know what to do. And so let me read out the translation and then go into the verse after that. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So he's saying, I don't know. I'm feeling a lot of grief and I don't know how to handle it. I just don't know what to do. Please help. He's continuing with that thing. So Srila Prabhupada's explanation commentary talks about that. Like when you want, he's saying that all of this material, like Arjun was very, very knowledgeable and all, he was the best archer of all of everyone in his time, and he was, one of the best warriors, and all of his knowledge, all of that did not help him, right? He needed help from God. So that's what he was saying, that when we can be as, like, our intelligence, our intellect, our knowledge is just so limited, and if we want, we can still have so much grief or so much whatever. We don't know. We need to be surrendered to God in order to make progress in our lives, in order to make spiritual progress in our lives. And it's the same thing that Swami Mokandanand says, and he says it pretty well as well. That our intellect, when we're swamped in misery, the intellect keeps analyzing the cause of misery, and our intellectual abilities are, feeble. And so we need to accept Sri Krishna as our Guru. Okay, so let's go into the verse and sing it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sing it play it on my phone and read the Hindi version, like Hindi Devanagari script here, and the English version is here if you want to follow along from there. So, this is the previous verse. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yachokhamuchoshanamindriyanam avapya bhumavasapatnavidham rajam suranam api chadhipatyam. Yeah, I would really love to learn these verses. Okay. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyad. So prapashyami, I see. Pashyanti, we've seen so many times. I do not know. He certainly see my mama apanudyad, can drive away. So I do not see. Na prapashyami. I do not see how to drive away my. This is section 1, and then section 2 will go into how to drive away my what. Yachokhamuchoshanamindriyanam. Okay. Yat shokam. So it's, instead of shokam, they're saying cho. There is some Sanskrit thing that makes it go like that. Here he says that choka means shoka, because of Sandhi rules of Sanskrit. I don't know what that means, but so that lamentation, shok, lamentation, grief, uchoshanam, drying up, indriyanam, of the senses. Indriya is the senses. So I do not see how to drive away my grief, which is drying up my senses. I do not see how to drive away my grief, which is drying up my senses. I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. So exact translation there. avapya bhuma vasapatnam riddham. Avapya, achieving bhumi on the earth, asapatnam without rival, riddham prosperity, prosperous. So even if I achieve unrivaled prosperity on earth, even if I achieve unrivaled prosperity on earth, or Rajyam Suranam Apijadhipatyam. Rajyam, kingdom, Suranam of the demigods, even supremacy. So even if I will not be able to dispel this grief, this of the senses. I will not be able to drive this away. Even if I achieve unrivaled prosperity on earth or supreme kingdom of the demigods. So I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like demigods in heaven. The last part. Okay, let's read Swami Mukundanand's translation. I can find no means of driving away this anguish that is drying up my senses, even if I win a prosperous and unrivaled kingdom on earth or gain sovereignty like celestial gods. I will be unable to dispel this grief. Okay, let me just go to Sri Krishna's book. It was starting to bother me a little bit, so I had stopped reading it, but this one might be really good. So let me go to this one. Okay. It's I'm finding it so difficult. Yeah, I don't see how gaining absolute control over this prosperous earth or even lordship over the heavens will drive away this grief which dampens my spirit. Yeah, it's not feeling the I'm not going to be reading that anymore. It's not feeling really great. So I am going to continue to look for other versions of the Gita that I can read that actually feel good, because I am not reading the Swami Chinmayananda versions yet. Maybe I can start again to see, because his Arjun bashing really got to me. But yeah, the more I'm reading these verses of the Gita, the more I'm learning about it, the more I am falling in love with the way Arjun is, the way Arjun speaks to Krishna, the way Krishna is. I'm just like, I'm really loving how good they are and how good their relationship is. Okay, so we'll do chapter 2 verse 9 tomorrow. Wish you a very beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.